Good morning. It is May 30th. It is a interesting day here in central Louisiana. Temperatures ranging about 87 right now. I have my trusty supervisors with me today. Who are both very disturbed that I will not let them run rampant through the neighborhood. But it's much for their protection as it is the neighbors. But we'll bring up and talk about what I want to rant about today. In front of you see I've been using Zep off and on. This is the old bottle. This is the new bottle. And as we swing around, this is the project I've been using it on. Now, I get chastised from various different people about a lot of things I do, but I'll give this Zep credit. It took the majority of the paint off this tractor, the old dried up early paint that was put on by the manufacturer, and then a supplemental coating, and I figured it's been painted at least once or twice by either a farmer or a dealer, and it's taken a lot of that off too, which is good. But I've got to put a third coating on here for this Zep, and I use it full strength, and then I pressure wash it off to try to get it down to where I can prime it. Now, is this going to be a show quality tractor? No. But will this be a functional tractor that looks semi-decent? Yes. And as we work our way through things, we find more and more stuff that is wrong and needs to be squared away. I got to looking at the brakes. The right brake's got some back to it, but the left brake I think is gone. And looking at the adjustments on them, I think it's gone. So I'm gonna have to do a brake job on this one too. If some of y'all have watched the little girl talk about how she did the brake job and taking the wheels and all off to get in there, I kind of doubt I'll do that. I'll probably just take and fight my way through and get into it. But I also got to looking, if you look real close right here, you see there's some slack play on the other side of that pin. That's actually the clutch throwout bearing rod. As we walk around and get everybody drunk and dizzy, and if we come over on this side, you can look at it while I pull. Got all the play in it there. Years of use. So at some point in time, even though I'm going to continue on with my paint project and get everything primed, this bell housing or torque tube section is going to have to be sent to the machine shop and let them bore it out, true it out, and put me a bushing in on both sides, and then possibly build up that rod unless I can find a replacement. But the actual outside manufacturer, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. But I know now I've got to do brakes, and I'm almost likely have to totally rebuild the clutch. So from all I've heard, you're supposed to have, there is some clutch, but there's not much free travel. It's supposed to be 1.5 inches, supposed to be this much before you hit the clutch. Well, I've got another inch, so I might get away with it, I might not. But we will find as we move forward. So I've always got everything backwards, I'm sure. First thing I should have done to this tractor is what I'm doing now, is roll it out and let it set and work on blasting off as much of this old paint as I could. I do use a needle scaler, and it works wonders where your paint is already dry, flaky, and chipping, but there's only so much you can do. If the paint's got any light left in it at all, it kind of laughs at you. But this is where we be on this warm central Louisiana day. And I guess if I want to get something done, I need to see if I can do another round of Zep degreaser on it and see if it'll take off a little bit more of its paint, and then pressure wash it down, because after this it gets rolled back into the shed where my waiting assistants are watching, And we will start some serious work then. So you say, am I going to spray paint this tractor? I don't have the equipment to spray paint it. I most likely will brush paint it because this is going to be not a restoration but a refurbishment. But if I can get it to look semi-decent with brushed on paint, it'll be good. I could, like you say, go out and buy the equipment. And I've got the compressor to handle it, but I don't know that I've got the patience or the talent to spray paint it. So, and here is the behind shot after the pressure washing. And the Zep basically is just a super heavy duty soap, which is bound to have a lot of sodium hydroxide in it, which to you uneducated folks like me, that's just lye, as in lye soap. But it suds up pretty good, causing troubles trying to get it all off. But again, you just have to keep rinsing it out. Some folks have taken contention with me using vinegar on some things, saying I didn't neutralize it. Well, I consider water to be a neutralizing agent if I put enough of it on there. Did find something interesting during this process. There's looks like a 2 right here, but I don't see any other numbers, so I don't know if that's telling me that that's second. In the standard H shift, that would be reverse. That'd be first, second, third. Somewhere it said in some of the readings I've seen on tractor data that this is supposed to be a 5-speed, but I don't see but 3/4 speeds in it. But again, in looking at the connecting rod on the transmission shifter lever there, the gear shift lever has been monkeyed with over the years, so I expect if there is a 5th gear in there, it's just because the forks are not reaching down far enough to it. So we'll have to look and work at that. Another thing I discovered was the parking brake, which I didn't realize was there, which you lift that up, push the pedal down, and it holds it in park. Now Steiner's got a little nifty gadget you can put on there that basically ties in here. It's a flat bar, comes up here, and it's got a lever that goes back and forth. So when you push the pedal down, you pull up on the rod, which pushes this down and sets the parking brake or locks it. Then when you want to release, you just put your foot down the brake and it drops the paw out of the way, and you've got a freewheeling again. Was there anything else I can rant about today? Probably. I bet I could fill hours of video time just talking to myself. But y'all all wonder about me now as it is about talking to myself on these videos. But I think I've said quite enough. The dogs are upset with me because I've got them fenced in, so I am going to let it be before it gets much hotter out here. Later, folks. So let's see what we got going here. 10 minutes of pressure washing. Can't tell a lot of difference in it, but it did chalk off some more of the paint. This is about this process, this is the 4th time I've pressure washed it. And what's left is very strongly adhered. I'll take a needle scaler and hit some of the worst spots of it, but I would suspect I'll try to sand some of it, and then it's just going to be primed. But luckily, again, my youngest child will be here this weekend, and he can help me hook up the snatch block to the floor anchor, and we will tow the little girl right up into my work shed, which is what we need to do. So there it is today, 4 miles west of Dry Prong, Louisiana, and have a great day.